Former Miss USA contestant Sheena Manin. She was Miss Pennsylvania, but resigned in protest after she found out what she said that the pageant was allegedly rigged. After she posted on Facebook that she thought the pageant was fraudulent, Trump sued her for $10 million. She joins me tonight. Sheena, back in 2012, how did you find out that Donald Trump planned to take legal action against you?
Yes, I actually found out through the media. Once he decided that he was going to sue me for $10 million, he didn't approach me professionally behind closed doors and say, I hear that you want to resign your title, what's going on? He actually went to the media first, and I woke up and I saw my image everywhere online and on TV, and I wondered, what in the world is going on? This has completely blown up compared to what I did, which was simply resigning my title.
And what did you think when you saw that? Were you scared?
I wasn't scared of Donald Trump. I've never been scared of him because I know and understand he uses bullying tactics against everyone. And I have a degree in psychology, and I understand that underneath the bullying tactics is usually a lot of emptiness and a strong need to feed the ego. So I wasn't scared of him, but there was a lot of unknown with me with the court proceedings. I'd never been sued before. I didn't know what to think as far as what my rights were, what the next step would be. And I was very surprised, honestly, that there was so much reactivity involved with the lawsuit and the way that he handled it.
About a year ago, Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen, told a reporter for the Daily Beast that it would be his privilege to destroy the reporter's life and serve it to them on a silver platter like he did, quote, that idiot from Pennsylvania in Miss USA, referring to you. How did he do that exactly?
Oh, he didn't destroy my life. I think that was one of his goals once he realized I wasn't going to give in to him. And some of the threats that he made through his attorney to me were that if I didn't recant what I saw and what I said, and if I didn't take my title back, he was going to try to hinder my professional growth. He was going to try to sabotage any career opportunities that I may have in the future. So I understand that was his personal goal based on what he communicated to me with his attorney, but my life wasn't destroyed in the manner that he wanted to destroy it. And they only won legally because there was a default judgment because I wasn't there during arbitration.